Hey, what's up, guys? This is the BJJ Restoration Project. This is Dr. Michael Coe, and I have become a hand model. I'm just joking, guys. What I want to talk about today is I want to talk about your hands, all right? What to do for your hands. So this is kind of based off of a question that Cho asked me, I don't know, like 6 months ago, and I haven't got back to him for an answer, but it was a question of, is it helpful for you guys to brace your fingers with tape? Compared to not taping, right? And I can't give you a real definitive answer just because what I'm thinking is, one, you want your fingers to build the strength and have the versatility for the wear and tear that jiu-jitsu requires our fingers, but at the same time, right, you could also protect it if it causes less pain. But one analogy I like to give patients is that if someone has low back pain, if you have back pain, you can put on a brace and the brace takes away the pain. Why don't you just wear the brace all the time when you do heavy lifting or repeated lifting? Sometimes that's not really good because when you put on the brace, it takes away the demand from your muscles, and your muscles don't have to do as much work. So I'm kind of on the fence to be able to tell people, yeah, go ahead and brace, tape your fingers if it causes less pain. Because at the same time, I kind of want you to be able to make your fingers strong and do the work that it's intended to do, and it might take a while for you to build up that strength, that versatility with the fingers before the pain is kind of gone away. But at the same time, we're talking about jiu-jitsu. It's crazy high demand on the fingers and the things we do, especially if you do gi jiu-jitsu, right? But what I want to talk today is about what can you do to take care of your hands, okay? So this is what I do for my hands, not really so much as BJJ, but it should carry over, but more as being a manual therapist. So I'm always constantly pushing on people, on their body, pushing on joints with my thumbs, with my fingertips, doing soft tissue work, and my hands get beat up. So lately I've been using more tools to be able to try and not put so much tension on my hands. But here are some things that I do as a manual therapist, also as someone who's been doing jiu-jitsu, to be able to try and protect your fingers so that hopefully it doesn't cause crazy amounts of tenderness or arthritis down the line. All right. So one thing that I do is I do a lot of finger pulling, okay? It's not one of those old jokes that you tell your buddies, like, hey, pull my finger. But what I'm looking for is if I pull my finger, I'm trying to create space between this joint or this joint or this joint, right? So if I want to have more space in between this knuckle here called the metacarpal joint, what I can do is I can pull onto this bone here and then I can pull apart. You just want to pull hard enough so you get some space. That's about it. You don't have to pull as hard as you can and destroy your fingers and see, hey, does that make things a little bit better? What's up, Jamie? Thanks for joining. All right. So if I want to get this joint, what I can then do is hold onto that finger bone and then pull that way. And that's going to pull more onto the joint that's closest to, right? And then you can do that same thing here. You can pull here, all right? All right. So that's one thing that I'll do. And I'll do that with all my fingers throughout the day, like if I'm waiting in line somewhere or doing something that's kind of mindless, like maybe when my wife talks to me and I want to do something mindless. I'm just joking about that wife joke. All right, so that's one thing you can do. Remember, the thumb has 2 bones, it's not 3, so you can pull here and you can pull here, okay? Another thing that I do constantly is you're looking at, it's real common to get arthritis right into this joint here. So what I want you to do is I constantly throughout the day will make an L as best I can in creating that space between this finger and this thumb, right? This is a round joint right through here. You need to have good mobility through there. You need to have the muscle be able to spread through here. So if I get to this point, sometimes what I do is I'll do some soft tissue work through that webbing, all right? And you'll probably find a real tender point through this. This one's pretty killer. This one's killer for me right here. Another thing I'll do is I'll grab my thumb, come under here, and I'll pull because I'm pushing this thumb up this way, try to get a joint stretch through that joint where this metacarpal meets with this carpal bone right through here. At the same time, I'm sort of beating up this thumb, this right thumb at the same time. So I don't do this too often because to me it doesn't make sense you try to improve one thumb while you beat up the other one, right? But this is another one I'll do every once in a while, okay? Another way you can do is tendon gliding. So what I'm looking for is that the tendons here glide past each other. So to me, if you're gonna have something glide, you're gonna have one finger bend, one finger straighten out. So I did a video on this a long time ago because I use it on my steering wheel of my car. But one thing you can do is if I have this finger straight, I can then bend the other ones, right? This finger straight, bend the other ones. and vice versa. Okay. Then you can do the other way, which is going to be, I'm going to keep this finger down, bent, and I might open up the other ones, right? Finger down, open up the other ones, right? And you'll notice that you'll kind of feel all weird because like this thumb doesn't go up as high as that pinky, and the pinky has a lot more control, right? So you're just not going to have as much control on that ring finger especially, right? And I'll go back and forth, all right? Another thing that I'll do, all right, is to me, joints need to have the ability to move in every direction. So not only does it need to bend this way, right? Flexion is what we call it, extension, okay? But fingers should have a little bit of give side to side, right? Just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but there should be just a little bit of bend, tiny bit, right? Because you're going to have different ligaments on both ends, on sides, I mean, that will get taut and not limit its motion, but there should be a little bit. There should be a sort of a really strong rubber band that doesn't stretch too much that goes, right? So sometimes I'll just sit here and I'll kind of wiggle it back and forth. And I'll wiggle it back. Sometimes I'll get a crack. I got a crack. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you heard that. There was a crack right there. I got a little one right there, right? So I'll do that every once in a while. I don't do that too often though. I don't know, you heard that? All right, so those are kind of some of the basic things that I'll do on a daily basis to try to protect my own hands as a manual therapist, but also as someone who does jiu-jitsu. So there's some things you can try. All right, guys, if you have any questions or you want to have any other questions about how to protect your fingers in terms of what you can do outside of jiu-jitsu, go ahead and write in the comments. Any questions available, okay, guys? If you have any friends that also do jiu-jitsu, feel free to invite them over into the group, guys, okay? All right, guys, catch you later. Bye.